Welcome back to Good Morning Kenya. My name is Mike Migwiwa. Well, into the second session of this program, and today we want to look at the role of the private sector in affordable housing, given that Kenya is on the highway to provide its citizens with affordable housing. So what is the role of the private sector in all this? What are the bottlenecks in all that aspect? Eunice Masharia is the senior property consultant and founder at Eton's Property Consultant Limited. Welcome to Good Morning Kenya.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
And on my far left is Jessica Horo, advocate and director at Nile Real Appraisers East Africa. Welcome to Good Morning Kenya.
Thank you, Mike.
Yes. We're going to start with the most obvious. The role of private sector in advancing affordable housing agenda. Let me start with you, Akili. From your perspective, what is the role of the private sector in all this?
I think first, if I may put it, the affordable housing program is groundbreaking for the private sector, especially those of us who deal with real estate. First, we have the estate agents who are facilitating the sale or rather ownership of these properties and assisting the Affordable Housing Board to market them, explain to the Kenyans so that they can acquire them. Again, these houses have been constructed by construction companies that are basically in the private sector, promoting our industrialization, the steel industry, the other finishes that are being used in the affordable housing, and we have seen preference for local manufacturers, more local manufacturers. Again, when we come to the design of this, we using local architects are being used to rather come up with the designs, inspect the constructions. And then you also have engineers, structural engineers, civil engineers, mechanical engineers being involved in this construction. All these are Kenyans in the private sector who are being involved. Yes.
Eunice, from your perspective, and based pegging on what Wakili has said,
Yes.
from your perspective, what is the role of private sector in advancing the AHP?
Thank you, Mike, for that question. First of all, let me introduce myself. Like you said, my name is Eunice Masharia. I'm the proprietor of the Eton's Property Consultants Limited, and I also chair the board of estate agents. I've actually been in practice for over 35 years in this practice, and our company, amongst others, have been pre-qualified by the board to help them in marketing and sales of affordable houses across the country.
Yes.
We are also involved in the design studio, where we are able to sit with the architects and the engineers. And basically, because you see, the role of estate agents starts right from the concept design, because at the end of the day, the houses are left with us to manage, to take care of for the life of the building.
Yes.
So we get involved right from the concept design, and we advise the team during implementation or during construction. And right now we are actively involved in marketing and selling the houses. But apart from that, then once the projects are completed, then the board will have also pre-qualified estate agents and property managers to assist in the long-term management of these estates. Because it's not enough just to put up nice houses. It's also good to ensure that for the life of these buildings, the houses are properly maintained, they're properly kept, there is professionalism in the approach to property management, so that we have the policies, we have the procedures, we have the manuals that are going to guide in the day-to-day management, maintenance of the equipment and the installations that are there. You know, some of them, like the site in Mukuru, they even have gas that is being articulated to the houses. So for the buyers to have the full use or the total value of these investments, and also for the government to have the total value of this investment. It is important that these houses are properly maintained in a professional manner. There is security for the houses, there's cleaning for common areas, there is maintenance of installations, you have things like fire generators in these estates, you have lifts. Some of those estates, the buildings are very tall, up to I think 15 floors, 17 floors. So it is imperative that the equipment like lifts are properly maintained to service the buildings for the users. You can imagine climbing 17 floors when the lift is not working or not having water on your 20th floor.
Yes.
It will be catastrophic.
Yeah.
Or you can imagine you can't carry a bucket of water up to that level.
Yes. So
it is important that the facilities and the utilities like water, power, gas, and the others that are being provided, they work continuously to serve the residents. And also there is issues to do with the safety and health. You have to ensure that the occupants and the visitors to these estates are secure. So issues to do with the occupational safety and health and ensuring that the law when it comes to safety is being followed. I think that's very important. And that's why the board, together with the private sector, and for us in our sector, in property management and agency, they have involved us and they continue to involve us just to ensure the success of these projects in the long term.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wakili, what do you see as the biggest opportunities available for the private sector in the affordable housing program, and where do you see the sector making greatest impact?
I think, as Chair has said, it's basically after the construction. Once these houses are occupied, that is when the largest impact will be felt. Because this will be communities that will have been introduced into an area. And when you look at communities that comes into a living space that is integrated, so we are looking at different income brackets that have been brought into one setting. So the first role basically is to make sure that there is harmony in the way these people live. Remember, we are talking about social houses that target people whose income are below 20,000. Then we have affordable housing that are targeting people between the income range of 20,000 and 149,000 per month. And also the market ones that are targeting people that earn 150,000 per month and above. So all these people, basically we are talking about Muthaiga Estate, Kilimani, Buruburu, and Kibera, all in one setting. So you can see the kind of conflict that is likely to be there if we don't have professionals on board. And one of the most important professionals is a property manager.
Yes.
Property manager will be instrumental in terms of ensuring that there is harmony when these people are living together in that compound, basically making sure that they cater for the common area, the common spaces. Remember, when you're living in apartments, it's not like when you have a standalone, you will wash your compound, clean up the areas around your house. When you're living in apartments, and these apartments are owned by different owners.
Yes.
So you don't have one single landlord. All of you are landlords in their own sense because you own your space and you have a title to it. So the common spaces, the corridors, the lifts, when you talk about discharge of waste, sewage, how to deal with sewage, security of these units, and basically when buildings stay for a certain period of time, they require maintenance, taking care of this maintenance, making sure that we have enough contribution to take care of the current needs for maintenance and any future needs. Because the taxpayer, of course, will not foot the bill
Yes.
for the maintenance. It is the owners who will be contributing. So determining what amount will be required for this maintenance is one of the most important role of a property manager. Of course, that will be in consultation with the estate owners. That will be basically, they will form a corporation. A corporation is like a management company that will be in charge of managing all these units. Then from that corporation, they can appoint property managers. And this is crucial because a lot of us, and if you look at various properties that have been developed allowed the country for letting. Yes. Most landlords usually go for their relatives to come and manage, or be caretakers. I'm very sure people are conversant with caretakers.
It's common.
Most of these people are our relatives, our sons and daughters who didn't secure good jobs, and basically our pals who retired and they want something to keep them busy. So we need to avoid that and involve professionals so that these spaces are professionally taken care of. Yes.
So you agree with that, and using professionals will make a very good difference?
Yes. I do agree with that, Mike. And some of those estates, actually, they have even swimming pools. Yeah. So you need someone who can manage those facilities. You need someone who understands building systems, who can be able to manage, the systems that are running in the buildings. You need someone who understands security, who understands the law, so they are able to help, in a compliance with the law. You also need someone who understands how things just works, the repairs, and someone who is removed from the owners. You see, like an estate again, like Mukuru, we have over 15,000 units that are being developed. That's a huge estate. So you cannot have, Form 4 or some school dropouts managing those kind of facilities. It will be catastrophic. You need professionalism. You need a property manager will be able to engage the right people to come in and help with maintenance. They'll be able to engage like contractors or maintenance teams or people who can be able to come and inspect the fire and safety equipment. Someone who just basically oversees that everything is running right, and the occupants now can enjoy the services without conflict, and also help these committees, the maintenance committees, in running of the estates. There's also the aspect of the financial aspect, because the owners will be contributing, I think, a certain amount. I know for the social category, the board is also, the Affordable Housing Board is also contributing some amount or subsidizing the service charge. But when this pool of money is collected, who manages that money to ensure that there is value for that money? That the money is applied to the right things. Who is going to be accountable to the owners to ensure that the monies that they contribute through most of them are running on TPS, the Tenant Purchase Scheme. So they are contributing some money towards maintenance. And the board, I think, is also contributing some money towards maintenance for the social category. So this pool of money that you collect, 15,000 of you households, who ensures that this money is properly utilized and can be held accountable for every cent that is contributed. I think that the place of a professional property manager comes into very, very, very key, becomes very key in that process.
You also mentioned that you're also doing marketing of these houses.
Yes.
So how are you approaching that aspect?
What we are doing, because we have, like I said, the board has engaged several companies, real estate companies, to help in the marketing of the affordable houses. So basically what we do is we are assisting the interested buyers in the process of buying. There is affordable, there is the affordable Boma Yangu. Yeah, they need to, so we help them with the process, getting into Boma Yangu, creating the accounts for those who don't have accounts. We help them with that. We also advise them on the kind of where they fit in, because there are 3 typologies when it comes to affordable housing, like my colleague has alluded. There is the social typology, which is available to people. Those houses are available to people who are earning below 20,000. So they can get houses that are in that category. Yeah. And then we have the affordable category, which is basically for Kenyans. You have to be a Kenyan. Yeah, Kenyans who are earning between 20,000 to 150,000. So you can choose between the studio, you can choose a 1-bedroom, you can choose a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom that is within that category. The prices for the affordable category ranges all the way from 1 million to 4 million. Yeah, and then we have the market category. Those are maybe, I don't know whether you're in that class yet, Mike. Those are the persons who are earning from 149,999 or 150,000 going upwards. So there are houses that have been categorized for that class, which I believe maybe even Wakili belongs to. And that starts from 1 bedroom at 1.8 million all the way to the 1 bedroom will be about 30 square meters, and all the way to a 3-bedroom, which is the biggest is 90 square meters, and it goes for 5.4 million. Okay. And then, of course, the board has also the proposed monthly payments for each of those categories. The lowest for the social category is 640,000, which is a 20 square meter studio, and then the monthly repayment is 3,800. And then for the highest category and market is the one you say that 90 square meters going for 5.4, then the owners will be required to pay 49,800. And this repayment is spread over 30 years, and you can choose a different repayment mode. You can choose to have a shorter repayment, or you can also choose to pay outright.
Based on the marketing that you've done, especially for the social category,
yes,
how would you say the reception has been?
The reception is very good, very, very good. Especially for the social category, I can say the reception is very good. We've been setting up camps, like we are working even with the chiefs, together with Affordable Housing Board. You know, like the last 3 weeks, personally, our company have set up at Mukuru, and we also set up at Kaloleni, and the reception is good. You cannot believe the kind of queues that we have for people who are inquiring. You see, the 3,800 for a studio is actually very, very subsidized amount, what you need to pay on a monthly basis, 3,800. And some of them, of course, are the ones who are living in the estates that are being rebuilt. The Makongeni, the Kaloleni, the Mukuru also, you know, the Marigoine, those estates that are being rebuilt or by the Affordable Housing Board, through Affordable Housing Board. So we have a lot of interest from the social category.
Well, Wakili, you know, yes, the estate agency sector has its ills bedeviling it. The real estate sector. So how are they being addressed and making sure that it's a cleaned up sector and it's done in a way that benefits the affordable housing program?
Well, let me agree with you. If there is one profession that I'm a registered estate agent, and the company I run, Nairi Appraisers, is involved in estate agency. One of the hardest way of introducing yourself to people is introducing yourself as an estate agent, because people will have this perception that the local broker, you are the local broker, and by that I mean somebody who is not trained, somebody who is in real estate because they don't have anything else to do, which is a big problem with our country. I would want to laud the board, the Estate Agents Registration Board, for the step that they have taken in cleaning up the sector.
Yes.
Because for one to be an estate agent, you're required to be trained. Once you're trained, then you go to the Estate Agents Registration Board and seek licensing and registration. So every year the board gazettes those who are qualified to practice for that year. And in that, the people that are licensed and registered, the board has control over them. If there are any issue that you have, disciplinary issues, an estate agent has refused to refund you a deposit, an estate agent has swindled you some money that you are involved in when you're selling some land, you can report them to the estate agents registration board for action. Again, estate agents are required to take professional covers, or what we call professional indemnity covers. So of course, the reason why you keep this is so that you can indemnify, or you can refund someone if out of your negligence, money is lost. Okay, so again, the Affordable Housing Board has only shortlisted estate agents that are licensed and registered. So you are assured, if you're dealing with, if you want to acquire a unit under the affordable housing, that you are dealing with estate agents that are first registered and they are overseen by the estate agents registration board. Of course, this is a statutory body that is set up or established by the Estate Agents Act. And Madam Eunice here has been the chair for some time now, and she has done marvelous work on it. So in terms of cleaning up the sector, of course, there is also outreach which, and sensitization, which the board has carried out in a good way. Making sure that people are aware that estate agents ought to be registered, because even a little some years back, even the guys practicing as brokers never used to know that they ought to be registered. But due to that publicization, almost everybody now is aware that they are supposed to take up license. Probably what I would ask Kenyans is to make sure whenever they are dealing with an agent out there, they ask for their licenses, or they just contact the board and check whether that estate agent is registered. So I think that is what can be done in terms of cleaning the sector. Because of course locking up these guys in jail may not be a politically palatable solution, because we are looking at a huge number of Kenyans that are practicing. And I think I'm also aware that the board is coming up with rules to categorize them, so that various categories are licensed, and we will have really several classification of agents. So that everyone is licensed according to their competence. Yes. Yeah.
Working together with the board, I've had to deal with cases of unregistered estate agents, and how did you handle that?
I believe this is still a challenge for us. The issue that the fact that we have quite a number of people who are operating without licensing and registration. And what the board is doing, first of all, is increased publicity. We also have regional forums where we go from county to county, just doing publicity. We do some advertisement on the newspapers. We are talking with the consumers of the services to just tell them that you shouldn't engage with persons who are not registered. Recently, the penalties for operating without registration were enhanced. Before, I think it was 20,000 and 200,000, some ridiculous amounts. These amounts have been enhanced to 5 million for people who are operating without registration as individuals, and for companies the penalties or the fines have been increased to 20 million. So it's and then recently in October we had a high-level conference in Mombasa where we also brought together the various players in the sector, including the Financial Reporting Center. We had the judiciary, we had the local courts that deals with the landlord and tenants issues, and among other players, just to bring to the public and just to increase publicity and just to bring the players together and to let the public know that they shouldn't be dealing with the unregistered estate agents. And just to emphasize again the need for registration for people who are operating as estate agents. And we also automated the processes at the board, so it is easy for anyone to apply for registration online from any part of the country, and they don't have to move. They can just use their phones or their laptops to make the application. So we are making it easy for persons to apply, and like my colleague said, we have also introduced regulation which we believe it will be taken to Parliament very soon by the Cabinet Secretary for Lands, and that is for categorization of estate agents. Just in the realization that different players play at different levels. We do have training in real estate. There we have University of Nairobi, we have Kenyatta University, we have Jomo Kenyatta University, we have Mount Kenya University, amongst others who are training, who have degree programs in real estate. It's a four-year program, and we are producing over 400 graduates every year in real estate. So we don't have shortage of people who are trained. We also have other smaller schools and initiatives by individuals. We have IPM, we have Ken real estate trainers, we have I believe others who are also training at a certificate and also maybe a diploma level for estate agency. I think the idea that anyone can operate as an agent or as a broker is a fallacy, and I think we need as a society to refrain from that and refrain from engaging people who are not registered. First of all, you have no fallback, because most of the cases that we receive at the board, the complaints, most of them involves people who are not registered because they don't have ethics, they don't have a code of conduct that they operate under, and they don't have a body that can discipline them. They don't even belong to an association that can take care of the professionalism. So you find most of the cases we involve around deposits that have not been refunded, or we have property owners who have engaged unregistered estate agents, and then when they have a challenge with them, like some will collect your rent and not remit it. So then that case is brought to us, and it's very difficult to go around it because you are dealing with people who are not registered, and we have referred these cases to the Director of Public Prosecution and the police to investigate. But before you get there, the information on who is registered, the people who have been registered, is available on the board's website, and it's also available at the Kenya Gazette, because we gazette. The licensed estate agents are gazetted every year. So if you have a property or you want to even need these affordable houses, the people who have been pre-qualified by the board are agents who are registered. And also as a board, what we have done is also introduce the listing of companies that are dealing with estate agents. And we are calling upon all the companies that in one way or another handling work for clients for pay as estate agents to register with the board. That is going to help a long way, because the board registers professionals, all the practitioners. But now we have introduced the companies, because most of the practitioners operate under companies. So the complaints we get is not against Mike, it's against MKO, estate agents. So we want to ensure that the people who are also, the companies that are operating as estate agents are compliant with the law, because the directors must be registered with estate agents and they must be licensed by the board. So then you protect the public, as was the intention of the law.
Because that is important, because as regards affordable housing, mtu ataweza kuja kwambie, I can help you get a an affordable housing unit in all of these. So Kenyans need to be on the lookout.
Actually, we had a problem, Mike, with what you are alluding to. One of our clients, a company that is sponsoring their staff to buy affordable houses, when we approached them and we had a sitting with them as Etons, they told us that someone had approached them and they were asking them to pay 200,000 to ensure that they get houses. And okay, they were not able to do that. You see, the agents who are pre-qualified with the board are not charging anything to the applicants, because their services and their fees will be paid by the board. So it's at no cost to the applicant. So anyone who is out there telling an applicant or someone who wants to acquire an affordable house that they can help them and they're asking them to pay them to do that, it's not proper. We also had one of our clients who went to a cyber, and the cyber guy told them to pay them, they wanted to pay a deposit for an affordable house. And the cyber guy said they can help them through the application process, which is what we are doing ourselves. And then this lady had paid a 10,000 deposit as a saving in her Boma Yangu account. So, but she needed to top up, I think, another 30,000 to meet the threshold of 5% that is required by the board as a deposit for any of the typologies. So this lady gave the gentleman the 30,000. So when she came to us and we checked her account together, we realized that the only money that was in her account was the 10,000 that she had paid directly. The 30,000, the cyber gentleman had pocketed. Wow. So I think Kenyans needs to be aware that this is happening, and they all need to shy off from engaging people who are not recognized by the board. If you go to the website for the Boma Yangu, the list of the estate agents who are pre-qualified by the board is there. So you really don't need to deal with someone who is so outside of that.
Kenyans need to know anyone who is not on that list that is on the Boma Yangu website.
Yes.
Is not a pre-qualified estate agent.
It's not a pre-qualified estate agent.
They need to be on the lookout
for
that.
Yes.
Indeed. Wakili, what would you say are the biggest impediments in as far as that hinder private sector in delivering solutions when it comes to matters to do with affordable housing in the country?
I would think of course, one of the major problems that private sector usually have is financing, and of course this is not an issue to services per se, because for estate agents what you need is just a little investment in the personnel that you need to deploy to the field. But again, for small companies or small entities, that is also a big hindrance. Of course, there is also the cost of marketing, because apart from what the Affordable Housing Board is doing in terms of marketing in the major outlets, as an estate agent, so that you can sell, you need to go out there and meet the people, either on social media platforms, website, newspapers for those who can afford. So the cost of doing that work is a major hindrance to many professionals. Because if you look at our country, most of our professional firms are small. So again, when you go to engagement like with service providers, we have a lot of problems with quacks in the industry. And that problem is not only with the estate agency sector. So if you go to the security sector, you'll find quacks. And you see in these houses you require security firms to provide security. And we are not talking about houses in Nairobi only. These houses are spread throughout the country. You have affordable housing in Marigat, you have affordable housing in Isiolo, you have affordable housing throughout the country. So you can imagine, of course in Nairobi it is very easy to secure services of notable security firms that are not quacks. But when you spread out, you'll get more quacks in the business than the professionals. Cleaning services. These houses will require to be cleaned. So we'll have a lot of small entities cobbled up together so that they can come and try and take advantage of the residents. Houses have to be maintained. Maintenance, repair work, repainting, refurbishment. These are work that require competent contractors. Again, that is also an industry that has a lot of quirks. Of course, NCA has done a lot of, that is the National Construction Authority, has done a lot of work in terms of trying to sanitize the industry. But there's still a lot of practitioners out there who are offering workers, contractors in the civil and building sector that are not registered. And of course that problem exhibit as you go out the major town. So I would think that is a big hindrance in that. Then of course, and I didn't want to delve into this, but of course the affordable housing has elicited a lot of political heat.
Yes.
So every time that we do a lot of marketing, then there is some heated exchange on the political scene. So we get a hit and people start withdrawing their deposit, people start holding back. So you had talked to a client and they had promised to come and put in a deposit so that they can start their journey towards owning a unit. Then they tell you, hey, these things, nilisikia they are on public land. You get? So, si hizi nyumba zitabomolewa.
Because that is true, because public land debate, it's something that affordable housing cannot run away from. So that is one aspect, because the public actually needs to know or get an assurance. How are they going to get clean titles?
Okay, there is something that I want to assure the public, and I'm very cautious in this because I don't want to get entangled in the politics of the day. I'm a professional and my work is to advise clients on what the law provides as an advocate and an estate agent to provide you with proper houses that you have titles on. The law is very clear, though politicians will disagree. You can convert public land to private land to community land. And actually conversion of land from the three categories is possible to either of the categories. The law has provided it. You look at Land Act, Section 12. It has provided ways of converting land from one category to the other. That said, through allocation, public land can become private land. Again, the biggest question that one would ask is, most of the land that we currently occupy was at one point public land that was allocated. So what ought to happen, or what needs to be done, is the process that is provided under the law to be followed. So if the land is in a county, then under Section 41 of the Affordable Housing Act, it provides that public participation has to be done. So basically the local community has to be involved, that this land will be used for an affordable housing project. Again, the Land Act provides for provides for conversion of public land into other uses as may be provided by any statute. And here, under the affordable housing program, we are talking about the Affordable Housing Act. so which gives the government the powers to develop these houses. And thus, it can be interpreted that under that act, then the government can develop these houses in public land, then allocate the houses to Kenyans. And again, we are saying every Kenyan has a chance of owning these units.
Yes.
It is one ID, one house, provided that you have some income that you can use to pay the monthly payments. Under either tenant purchase scheme, or if you have some cows, you can sell them and come and buy a unit outright.
So one ID, one house.
Yes.
So if I'm married, I can get a house.
Yes.
As the man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even my wife can get a house.
Yeah.
Yes.
The constitution is very clear
Okay.
that we are all equal.
We are all equal.
Even in marriage.
It's a whole lot of, it's a whole different conversation.
Yes.
But I want to give you each a minute to give your closing remarks. Let me start with you, Eunice.
Thank you, Mike, for even the opportunity to be here. Just to let the public know that we are available to assist them in the process of acquiring affordable houses, and indeed any other house, because we are professionals, property managers, estate agents, and property valuers. So we'll be able to assist them in acquiring an affordable house. We'll be able to answer most of their questions because we have interacted widely with this program, and we have interacted with the board, and we are qualified with the board. So some of these misgivings, misconceptions about the affordable housing, I can tell for sure, even the public knows the houses are real. So if you want to acquire an affordable house, we will be able to take you through the process of acquiring and advise you as necessary until you are allocated a house by the board.
Okay.
The process of allocation is properly laid out in the Boma Yangu, where you need to create an account, you need to start saving, you have at least 5%, and then when you have a 5%, then you need to upload certain documents that have been requested for. Once you have that, then your application will go to a TPS administrator. The board has appointed TPS administrators, which are mini banks, to review the applications. If you qualify, then you get an allocation letter, and then you get a contract from the board. So we will be able to advise you through the process and hold you and take you through that. And any other service, for example, we need a lot of professionals in this field. You know, the affordable housing has introduced so many houses in the market. I think currently there are over 200,000. We need professionals who are qualified to be able to take care of these houses. Okay. And as a company, we have a number of training for estate agents, so we'll be able also to assist those who need training to be able to offer services.
All right.
And again, just to appeal to the public, don't just go to anyone to assist you. We have a lot of quacks out there. We have a lot of people who just want to cash in on your money. So just engage properly and engage the right people, engage people who have been contracted by the board to do this work. Thank you.
Yeah, mine is to reassure the public that whatever we are selling is something that will help them in the future. It's brick and mortar. It's something you can touch, you can feel. We are not selling you things that are imagined. Again, these houses are built from their taxes or from Kenyan taxes. So I think if you want to get part of your taxes back is by getting that house, so that at least as you pay the housing levy, you're also enjoying something out of that has been done out of it. Engage estate agents that are registered. Go to the website of the Affordable Housing Board, Boma Yangu, check the agents that are approved by the board there. You can engage them in the process and they will help you acquire a unit. Yes. Again, we said as low as 3,800 per month. So, and you don't have to know anyone. You know, a lot of Kenyans are saying, kama ujuani na mtu huko kwa board, huwezi pata nyumba. Everyone can get a house. All what you need is go to the Boma Yangu, select your agent, contact the agent will assist you in choosing the houses throughout the country. If you want one in Diani, get to us. Nile Real Appraisals, we are dealing with that unit in Diani.
Okay.
You can have an apartment at the coast where you can live, you want to move there.
Right. All right. That is Jesse Kihoro is an advocate and director at Nile Appraisals East Africa, and Eunice Masharia, senior property consultant and founder at One's Property Consultants Limited, speaking to us about matters to do with the role of the private sector in advancing the affordable housing agenda. My name is Mike Migwi. Thank you for tuning in. Up next is Vivian Degwa with Women at the Forefront. Stay with us.